Hello everybody, myself Pankaj and today I am going to teach recursion. This recursion I will use using Python programming language. In this tutorial you will learn to create a recursive function, a function that call itself. Already you know function, but recursive functions are special functions because this function calls itself. First of all, I will teach you what is recursion. Recursion is the process of defining something in terms of itself. A physical world example would be to place two parallel mirrors facing each other. Any object in between them would be reflected recursively. So easy word, you can say recursion is a process of a function calls itself. And I want to give you a real life example of recursion. You need to place two mirrors in front of each other and keep an object in between them. What do you see? You will see that the object is reflected by both the mirrors. Okay. In first mirror you will see the object of the image of the object. Okay. And in the second mirror you will see the image of the object, and the same time you will see the image of reflected by other mirror. So you can imagine such a situation in a recursion. I will make it more clear to you. Python recursive function. In Python, we know that a function can call other functions. Already you have learned that a function can call other functions. For example, you can call sqrt function, pow function. Already you have done this. Okay. It is even possible for the function to call itself. A function can call itself. It is possible. These types of construct are termed as recursive function. When a function calls itself, this is called recursive functions. The following image shows the working of a recursive function called. So this will be helpful to understand to you how recursive function works. Look at here. Here we are defining recursive function. What you are doing? We are defining a recursive function. And this is the definition. Some statement will be there of a recursive function. Then what do you see? Another function is called, and the name of the function is recursive. It means this function is calling itself. So this recursive function is called recursive function because it is calling itself. Recursive function. Recursive function is called by itself. Recursive function in Python. So this is implemented, recursive function is implemented through Python programming language. Okay. Now we are going to develop code. Following is an example of a recursive function to find the factorial of an integer. So with the help of recursive function, we are going to find out factorial of an integer. We are going to develop such a program in Python programming language. Factorial of a number is the product of all the integers from 1 to that number. So first of all, I need to teach you what is factorial. So for example, the factorial of 6. We are going to find factorial of 6. Already I told you that factorial of 6 means you have to start 6 and all the preceding numbers you need to multiply. Or in other words, you can say you have to write the number from 1 to 6 and you need to multiply all those numbers. It means 1 multiply 2 multiply 3 multiply 4 multiply 5 multiply 6. What do you get? You get 720. So 720 is the factorial of 6. And this explanation sign is symbol of factorial. Then you can read 6 factorial. Example of a recursive function. Now we are going to develop a recursive function. See, def factorial x. Here x is the number whose factorial we need to find. This is a recursive function and this is comment. Okay, 3 quotes are representing a comment in Python. To find the factorial of an integer, if x is equal to 1, we have to think a situation that if we are going to find factorial of 1, then what happens? Return 1, because factorial of 1 is 1. Else return x multiply factorial x minus 1. Here x is multiplied. If x is not equal to 1, then it may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 5, it may be any number. Then what we have to do? We have to find the factorial of x minus 1. Suppose we are finding the factorial of 2. Factorial of 2. Then factorial of 2 is multiplied by factorial of 1. Okay. If you are going to find the factorial of 6, then 6 multiply factorial of 5 and then factorial of 5 multiply by factorial of 4, like that until it reaches to 1. I think you have understood. Num is equal to 3. Here we are assigning the value of num is 3. So print the factorial of num is factorial num. So this function will call the factorial of 3 and it will print the output. Now we are going to find the output. The factorial of 3 is 6. In the above example, factorial is a recursive function as it calls itself. I think and I hope you have understood what is recursive function. It is very simple. When a function calls itself, it is a recursive function, and we have used this recursive function to find out factorial of a integer. Now we are going to do the practical of recursive function in Python interpreter. We will type the program and then we will run the program, and finally we have to find out the output of the program. So let's begin practical. See, I have opened ideally cell. Now click to the file menu, then new file. Here you can start typing of recursive Python program. This is our factorial program and we have used recursive function. Here we are going to define a function. The name of the function is factorial and x is the integer whose factorial we are going to find. Already I have explained this program and I have finished typing of this program here. Okay, this is the num3. We need to find out the factorial of 3. So here we have called factorial function and the value of num is 3. Now we are going to run this program. First of all, you need to save this program. So click to the file, then save. Here you need to type the name of the program. Here I have given the name of the program fact3. Now I am going to save by clicking on the save button. Now I am going to run the program. See, I am going to click run, then run module. The output is the factorial of 3 is 6. Okay, now I want to find factorial of 6. How can I find? Then I have to open the program. See, this is our program. Here the value of num is 3. In place of 3, I change 3 into 6. Okay, now I am going to run this program again. Run module. Save. Okay. The factorial of 6 is 720. Okay, you can find the factorial of 6. How will you find? You need to multiply 6, multiply 5, multiply 4, multiply 4, multiply 3, multiply 2, multiply 1. And you need to multiply all those numbers. Then you will get 720. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is recursion, how we can make a recursive function, and the use of recursive function to find out factorial of a integer. Thank you very much for watching this video.